Hello everybody. So today I'm going to talk about highly sensitive person and the difference between being sensitive and very sensitive, and the difference between being highly sensitive person. And I want to put this into a very specific context, which is the dating context. So many people, especially nowadays, that this term of highly sensitivity, it's super popular. Many people that are actually very sensitive consider themselves as a highly sensitive person. And that is not true. In many cases, you can be extremely sensitive. You can be very empathetic. You can have a very loving heart connection to people, but still don't be a highly sensitive person. And the difference is just about how you process information, and also how is your nervous system structure. So it's just about what is inside of your body. It's not about your ability to be, kind and caring and loving towards other people. That has nothing to do with highly sensitivity. So this creates a lot of misunderstanding, because many people think and consider themselves as highly sensitive when they're just very sensitive, but it's very different. And this has a tremendous impact on the way we interact with people, and also on the way people interact with highly sensitive people, with a highly sensitive person. When I find out through a psychologist that I was a highly sensitive person, I had no idea what that meant. And I would just, Google and read all of the books about highly sensitive person to know exactly how things do affect me. And it really changed my, the way I live, and it really changed how I interact in the world. But there's still one area that I find particularly challenging, which is dating and relationships. In the sense of the dating area that we're living in, it's a very, free focus, and lots of different interactions, so you can choose which one is better for you, and all of that is great. But when you interact with someone that is a highly sensitive person, that person will very quickly turn things into a very condensed and deep and intense experience. And that doesn't mean that they want to have a long-term relationship with you. It doesn't mean that that you are, their love of their life. It doesn't mean that. It just means that they process information and they act throughout that, with those characteristics. So you can have a super amazing, deep, and very intense date, and then have another date a few days afterwards. But still, that depth will be very remarkable, because many people don't go into that depth on the first date, second date. Some people, they don't ever go into that depth. So obviously when you find someone that goes into that depth, you're like, oh my gosh, you know, this person is like probably very needy or probably very attached, or I'm sure, you know, this person is thinking that, you know, we're moving towards a deep relationship very quickly or something, but it's actually not. It is just the way we interact, and it's the way we like to interact with people, and it's our way of being. So I find that pretty challenging, especially nowadays with the free relating thing. And I find particularly challenging also when people ask or demand other people to process everything super fast. Like, you know, like if we're living in a fast environment, so everything should be processed super fast. Like all your feelings should be processed in like 10 minutes, you know, because your mind understands that has, you know, that you need to move on. But your body, it's still processing. You can't stop your body from processing. And that's also one of the things that I find challenging, because we need more time to process, right? Highly sensitive people, the impact that the interaction has in their nervous system, it's way more potent than the impact that it has on another person's nervous system. So for that to actually clean and to integrate, it needs more time because it had more impact, right? It's like if you're walking and it's sunny and you're just walking through the path, and your feet, you know, the steps won't be there because it's dry, right? You pass, you cross, and nobody will notice that you've been there. But if it's raining and everything is like muddy and, you know, then you put your step and you have that for a little while. So it will be the same thing. One would equal the nervous system of a highly sensitive person, and then which is the one that you can see the mark and step for, you know, for a few days, sometimes months. And then the other one would be how regular people process it. They pass through the path, they feel the emotions, but it doesn't have a major impact in their life or in their nervous system. So it's also very interesting to navigate this world, knowing that intensity and that depth can also play a negative part on you and well, you're dating. So yeah, so good luck to everybody that is in the dating arena and are highly sensitive person. And just remember that your depth and your connection, it's beautiful. I wish I had or I meet more highly sensitive people to date, because it's a very, very different connection. So I hope this was useful, and see you on the next video. Bye.